And I just want to talk to you before I bring him, because there is a lot of thought that has been going into that session here. Every session should have a goal, and every session should have a plan how to get to that goal, possibly. So if you remember watching session number 4, I was already talking about perhaps using the clicker to get more fluency into the behavior. On second thought, the clicker is not going to help me to cut down on the other behaviors that he's doing, especially after being released from the board, by sniffing around, picking up food, being interested in the rug that has some dog smell on it, etc., etc. So I decided to actually apply some negative reinforcement while I'm training that behavior, and maybe induce more importance or urgency, I should say, on his part to do the behavior and obtain reward. There's nothing else we can do, I think, as the value of the reward that we're using is actually the maximum. I have tried other things, but they don't seem to be working and pumping them up more. We know that greatest reward makes greatest learning, so I can't be any greater than the food I have for him, and I can't make it any greater in terms of being more hungry, because he only eats when he works. So everything is in place. I'm going to bring him. I'm going to put the board down. We're going to have him go on there, of course. That's what he does. I'm going to reward him. I'm going to release him, and I'm going to have him on the leash and apply slight pressure after he's done eating to make sure we develop some fluency of getting off and getting back on. And I will slip the command place in there when I can tell that he's going to do it. All right? See you in a second. Okay, here he is. I'm going to put the board down as usual, and hopefully we get a behavior without doing much. And you want to watch my leash having tension and release, which is the negative reinforcement that I was talking about. So we are going to be ready for him on plop of the cart to hop on there. Place. He remembers. Now he gets rewarded. I do have the electric collar on as always. It is hot. So maybe at the same time I'm using the leash tension, I might decide to hold the button down at the same time on my collar. It's on a very low level, so there's no risk, there's no punishment try to be applied. It is negative reinforcement. So if it tickles you, if there's tension in the leash, and I want you to find out how to get rid of that tension. I'm going to release him. Free. Place. So a slight tension. I want to be careful that the tension is not going to be connected with the release command, because it happens right after he's done eating, right? So if I'm too intense on it, I take a chance that perhaps he will connect the release command and the eating itself, the reward, as to be a negative. Of course, I don't want that. Free. Tension, tension, place. Good. That's a boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Free. Place. You see he was sniffing And I brought the tension because I want to be ready to repeat the behavior and concentrate and not be place. Super. Here he was interested in the ball that's back here, and there was a good chance for me to apply some tension and make him find out how to release the tension by going on here. Free. Place. And realize I'm not saying the word and wait for him to do it, and then as a consequence for not doing it, apply the tension. That's not what we want to do. I want to apply the tension. That's negative reinforcement, meaning that you can get rid of the tension by doing the behavior, and the tension stops and you get paid on top of it. Let's see again. Free. Place. You probably can't see it on the camera, but when he is over there eating the kibble, place. And then you heard him possibly sniffing. That's just not what I want. I want you to eat and then concentrate on what we're going to do next, which is very simple because we only do one thing. Free. Place. Sniffing the bug is not going on the place. Free. Place. Hey, that's a boy. Good. Let's see. Free. Place. Oi. See how a little tension, we don't have to ever be super forceful. We will get to where we want to be if we work on a level of tension or negative reinforcement that is not hindering the dog from learning, but encouraging him, and leave the door open to find how to get rid of the little tension. Free. Place. Let's see the next repetition to hold the button down at the same time. Free. Free. Aha. Place. You see that he doesn't even now, or he starts now, not even to go after the kibble that I toss, because he learns, of course, right after he's done eating, I'm going to make him do the exercise, the behavior. So he doesn't even want to go across that bridge of going out there and then having to do it again, but I'll make him. Free. Good boy. Place. Oh, super. Place. If he drops the kibble, it doesn't mean all my dogs that I train, he has had 5 sessions now for that behavior, are not allowed to pick up a dropped kibble if they have to leave the position that they're in. If they can manage to pick it up from the floor without leaving the behavior, then that's fine. But if they have to like step off the cot, I'll not allow them to pick it up. Free. Ay, super. Place. Oh. And here he learns that just the word alone prevents the tension from coming on because he responds rather quickly. Any tension that I would have brought in that last repetition would have been totally mistimed. It could have actually been connected with, oh, I'm doing the behavior and as a consequence, I'm getting tension. No, the consequence for doing the behavior should be getting rid of the tension. Try one more. Free. Good boy. Place. Nice. When you feed on the board, make sure that you feed into the dog and not feeding as to where he has to reach for it and is encouraged to get off the board. We want him to think that direction onto the board, not off. So I'm trying to feed into him as good as I can. Free. Place. Ah, super. So we get into fluency just by a little tension at the right moment that we did not get yesterday just by rewarding him once he did it. So you saw now in this session, he started sniffing the bug or going for the ball, and he understood now that going back on here is the narrow path of obtaining reward. And of course, obtaining reward is this, but rewarding is also if he turns the tension off. Free. Place. Super. 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 So I'm going to do a big one in terms of reward and release, and then I pick up the card so he doesn't have to consider doing the behavior. Free. All right.